Alright, good morning and welcome back to another movie reaction. I do believe this will be a first time reacting. I never really know until I, get to watching some of it because sometimes I have seen some of this stuff in the past. So we are reacting to Beyond the Time Barrier. There is no date on this, and I didn't want to look that up to spoil anything. But I guess just by looking at the tiny little bit of the middle, it looks like a late 50s, early 60s. And hopefully we're going to see some flying saucers. So it's really hot tonight, overnight. We've been doing triple digits for high temperatures every day, and here it is, the second week of September, and fall is just not getting here yet. So I got a ceiling fan on up there, and hopefully you won't hear that. So, all right, so let's get started. Let's put our listening devices in and see what is beyond the time barrier. Recognize any of those names thus far?
Good morning.
Yeah, that looks like a early 60s car. Air Force jets.
Morning, Colonel.
Oh, hi, Bill.
Well, did you make our reservations for lunch at the club?
You and your easy living. Boy, you better cut out on some of that waiter. I'm going to ground you.
Yeah, look who's talking. You know, Marty, you're just jealous. You're after my job, and I know it.
You know, you may be right.
I do recognize that guy on the
Okay,
right,
hero,
but
let's
I
get you
have
a
no
new
idea
flight
what
suit.
his
Right.
name is.
The flight is divided into three phases. Ground to maximum altitude, and then cut in the new rocket engine. He'll level off at around 500,000 feet. 100 miles above the Earth, gentlemen. For all practical purposes, Major Allison will be in space.
Yeah, that's
Now, at this
pretty high altitude for
he'll
an
lower the
airplane.
ventral stabilizers and make his high-speed stability flight progressing from position 1 to 20. Now, we know the X-80 is capable of a speed of 5,000 miles per hour. In the thin air of 100 miles altitude with no resistance, who knows? What we learn from this flight will pretty well determine our next step into space. The satelloid, a man in orbit. You all set, Major?
Yes, sir.
So, judging by the
Gentlemen, I'll
title,
join you in flight control shortly.
we're going to go beyond the time barrier.
Feet, Colonel. Turbo power cutting out.
Yeah, 50,000
Approaching
feet is
75,000 feet. Cutting in rocket.
pretty high even for aircraft of today.
Hello, Sands. This is X-80 approaching altitude 400,000 feet.
Yeah, they're in outer
Okay,
space.
There's a new record for you.
Good work, Allison. How do you feel? How do you handle it?
No pain, no strain. Leveling off.
I don't think so. But, makes for an interesting movie, I guess.
Phase number 2. Over.
Ready anytime you are. And the Lord be with you. Over.
Sands control from X80. Position number 4. Airspeed 2000, 2000. We're going all the way. X80 to Sands control. Position number 8. Airspeed 6000, 6000.
Time for something to go haywire.
No instability.
What is it, Mark? I'm not sure.
Yeah, something's going haywire. Oh. Split off into two planes.
We've lost radio contact.
Colonel Martin, he's off the tracking field.
Keep trying. Keep trying.
Sands control to X80. Sands control to X80. Come in, X80.
Re-entry glide successful.
I don't understand the two plane deal.
This is X80 preparing for a landing.
He's coming
Are
back
you ready?
down.
Come in, Sands control.
Something stuck on the film up there in the corner. See that? Well, he made it back to what appears to be Earth.
Hey! Anybody here?
Is it the same Air Force Base? I've already forgot. If that was the Air Force Base they started out from. Oh, something's gonna
Did you make our reservations for lunch at the club?
You
come
ain't
around
very
the
easy,
corner.
baby boy. You better cut out on some of that waiter. I'm gonna ground you.
Yeah, look who's talking. You know, Marty, you're just jealous. You're after my job, and I know it.
You know, you may be right. Okay, here.
So yeah, now I remember that
Right.
part. So apparently they were talking right in that room, it looks like. According to him, I guess. But something went haywire, that's for sure. This would be a real bummer to be in this situation. A piano in there?
Where is everybody? Hey! Anybody here?
I'm assuming he's breathing the air, so... It would appear that there's nothing bad in the air, but look at that. That's very unusual. That's given me some hope for flying saucers. Yeah, that's a pretty alien-looking place there near the Air Force Base. Oh, he's being watched, isn't he? What'd they do to him? I didn't see it, whatever it was. Well, regardless of the flying saucers or not, I still like
What are you doing to
old
me?
black and white sci-fis
What are
like
you doing
this.
to me? Can't you hear me? Get me out of this thing!
Definitely do. And the necessary pretty young lady. ×2.
Who are you people? Where am I? In a hospital or something? Where am I? What's wrong with you? Can't you understand me? Say something. I said answer me, kid. Let go of me. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
She seems to be in control. They have multiple pretty young ladies in this one. Well, I'm dying to find out exactly what happened here. Where exactly, time-wise, is he at now?
Who are you?
Major William Allison, U.S. Air Force.
Won't you sit down, Major?
Sir, I'd like to ask some questions. I'm very confused about what's happened to me.
Yes, of
Yep.
course, Major. Ask your questions.
I'd like to know where I am and how I got here, and who all you people are. And the airfield. What's happened to it?
The airbase, my friend.
Yes, I left there at 8 o'clock this morning, and half hour later it was in shambles, deserted. Where are Colonel Martin and the others? I don't understand.
You are from a nation of speaking peoples. How glorious that must be. Our society is less fortunate.
Your society?
Yes, you see, we here in our citadel, save for my captain and myself, are deaf mutes. Even my own grandchild, Triren. Triren does not approve of your plan, Captain. She has found some truth in the Major's thoughts.
I do not trust him, especially his thoughts. Even Terena could be deceived.
She seems to
Follow
know
through with
more
your
than
plan.
everybody else.
Yes, Master. It will be done.
Wait a minute! Let me go! What are you doing?
It appears you have more than the usual interest in this young captive, Triren. He's very young. This young man is an enemy. We must be very careful. I understand your wish, Triren.
Oh, it sounds like that's prison cells back there.
We see you, Captain! We see you up there!
Oh boy.
Who are you? I can't see you. Good Lord. What's wrong with you? We will kill you, Captain!
We're about to see them, and it doesn't look like it's going to be kind of ugly.
Who are you?
Some sort of
You can
mutant
talk as yes.
people.
I will talk. Stay there. Don't break his arm. The captain and his people are your enemies. Why?
They are listening. They are listening and watching us.
I don't care. I want some answers. Who are these people in this citadel?
They are hiding from us. They have food. They have everything.
We will find them. All of them. And kill them.
Why are they hiding?
They are infected too. They cannot escape.
Escape from what?
Chapter
You
6.
are escaped. Like Carl Cruz.
Who are those scapes?
You and Cruz, you are escapes. We know.
You left us to die. You ran from the plague.
Plague, when?
Long ago, you left us here to die. You did this to us. We will find your hiding place, and we will kill all of you.
I did this. Is the whole world gone mad?
Talk about being in a state of confusion. I like this movie so far. I like these type of movies.
Young man, my granddaughter has chosen to protect you. She has expressed faith in what you've told us. My captain and I will trust her judgment. Trirene has a gift we do not possess. She has an extrasensory power. She is able to perceive every thought within our minds. Go with her, young man. You will have the freedom of our citadel. And our child will be happy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Looks like that's going to be his new quarters.
Hey, am I starved? That looks great. Thank you. Thank you. If you could only talk, if I could only make you understand, I'll go out of my mind if I... You know what I'm thinking, don't you? You know how important it is to me to find out exactly what happened and how I got here.
By the way, it is 3:15 in the morning.
You and all the
Perfect
people
time
here
for
once
a
lived
movie
in this
reaction.
city, is that right? No?
Looking at some old photos.
Oh, your grandfather, the Supreme, he lived in the city. I see. Your father. And your mother. They came here before you were born. And you've never lived in the air and sunlight, have you? Trerena, tell me, why did they abandon that city and move to this subterranean world? The mutants.
Now, I didn't know they were
The
really
plague. Was it the
subterranean
plague they
at the
told me
moment.
about? Trerena, try to understand this. I was on an airfield this morning. In less than an hour, everything had changed. All the people I know were gone. There was no plague where I came from. What happened? What happened to your father and mother?
Yeah.
The mutants killed them. I'm very sorry.
But where did the mutants come from?
You know my thoughts before I express them, so... You know I'm going to ask you about Carl Cruz. Is he here in the Citadel? Look, would you take me to him? I think if I can get to Carl Cruz, he can help me understand all this.
I don't understand what the big upside down pyramids all about. They seem to be everywhere. Wow.
How long have you been here in the Citadel?
Since this morning. Well, I'm not certain. I don't know. I've lost track.
Time has very little meaning here in the Catalysosphere.
Tyrrell informs me that you have been here for 3 turns of the Earth. That is 3 days.
I've only been in this place a few hours. I took off from the field at 0800 this morning. I had hoped that you'd be able to explain this.
Do not excite yourself. We will explain. There will be plenty of time. Let me introduce myself. I'm Carl Cruiser. Used to be General Carl Cruiser. This is Professor Borman.
How do you do?
Major William Allison, United States Air Force.
Did you say United States Air Force?
Yes. What's so unusual about that?
Major Allison, what year was your flight in?
I told you today, this morning.
But what day and what year, Major? It is important we know.
March 5th, 1960.
1960?
1960.
He's from before the plague. How is this possible, Professor?
What is this plague I keep hearing about?
You really don't know, do you?
No, I don't know. I don't know where I am or how I got here. I don't know who these people are in the Citadel either.
Well, Turenne has found herself a big, good-looking playmate. And a fiery one, too.
Major Allison, this is excellent.
I don't know that I like what you have on your mind, Captain.
Maybe when you find out what she has on hers, you'll like that better.
What are you driving at?
They've given you the run of this place, haven't they?
Yes.
So little Torrini here can get busy and...
Oh, Biff.
What kind of female are you?
I had to do it. Don't you understand?
You mean she was reading your thoughts, things you didn't want her to know?
That's right.
No, the people here in this Citadel didn't either. They are all first-stage mutants themselves.
Is that why they're deaf and mute?
And sterile. Except for Torrini, perhaps.
Sterile?
Yes. They are a dying race. There hasn't been a new birth on this Citadel for the past 20 years.
That's where you fit into the plan, Allison. Make no mistake about it.
What do you mean?
Regeneration. Torrini has chosen you as her mate. You're the last hope of this society.
I don't understand it. There wasn't any plague this morning. When did it happen?
Major Allison, have you any idea what year this is? Right here, right now?
Of course I know what year it is. What's that got to do with it?
Everything. Major, this is 2024.
It's what?
2024. 64 years into the future for you,
Wow.
Major. The plague we are talking about is...
Well, I was born in
1960.
1960. I'm
It
64
began in
years old.
1971.
An atomic war?
No, no. The feared nuclear war never occurred. When man set foot on the moon, all nations started to work together to push on into space.
Wow, that's
By
funny.
1970,
2024.
colonies had been established on both Mars and Venus.
Then if it wasn't nuclear war, what did cause it?
A bombardment of cosmic radiation from outer space.
Bombardment from outer space? Oh, now, wait a minute.
You wait. Now, listen to me, Allison. The people of your world are concerned about nuclear fallout. Well, the danger is in the other extreme. The tons of radioactive dust that have mushroomed up into the ionosphere since the very first A-bomb test. That dust has remained up there, and it's slowly destroying the protective screen that has filtered deadly cosmic rays from space since time began. Do you understand, Major?
Yes. Then all the nuclear explosions that have ever taken place on Earth have contributed to this.
Yes. And every human being left has become mutant, or sterile, or a combination of both.
What you say is true. Then Colonel Martin and all the others were caught up in it. What's happened to them? How can I find out?
There isn't any way.
Let's only hope they were amongst the lucky ones who could evacuate.
Evacuate?
Yes. In 1973, the mass evacuation began. to the planet colonies. Only the uninfected ones were permitted to go. The ones left behind moved underground as fast as possible and started building networks of tunnels, like this one.
More than half the population of the world was wiped out during the first year.
I see.
Hmm.
When I landed on the airbase, it was completely destroyed, demolished, deserted.
You landed? You didn't crash?
The captain.
When they found you, they destroyed your ship.
No, I landed.
So he's 64 years into the future.
Then your plane is in operating condition, sitting out there in the airbase?
I suppose so.
Unless the mutants have found it.
Uh-oh.
Well, Cruz, I see you
Comes
become
the bad
a
guys.
new prisoner.
Yes, Captain. And it is your good fortune as well as ours. Major Ellison has an excellent technical background, and he's eager to help us. And as you know, Captain, we are in dire need of skilled help.
Well, we shall see. Where's Terene?
I believe she's returned to her chambers, Captain. I think she's expecting a visitor.
Come along with me, Major. We have some things to discuss.
Watch out for that guy.
Cruz, I'm warning you. I'll tolerate no more of your scheming. If you persist, I'll see that you're back in the dungeon.
So I don't really know where they're going to go from here.
Got to get to the Major before they convince him we're his enemies.
But unfortunately, I do not understand such things. I am not a scientist. My concern is a military one. I must save the last of my people.
Then it is true. Your society is doomed.
Major Allison, I must warn you. Carl Cruz and his group are shrewd. They'll use you. They're the most dangerous scapes I've ever encountered. It would be wise for you not to associate with them. Come, I'll show you your chamber.
The upside-down pyramids again.
Shereen, I want to talk to you. Look, I'm very sorry about the things Markova said to you. I don't believe any of the things they told me. You know I'm telling the truth, don't you? You know, you're very lovely.
Oh, and of course.
I keep forgetting you can read my thoughts. I wish you couldn't.
Oh, boy. She likes to slap people, I guess.
What can I say? You're not angry. You know you have an unfair advantage over every man. I don't know whether I'd better be seeing any of you or not.
We may be able to get you out of this and back to your own time.
How can I possibly go back
She
to my own
looks
time
familiar.
if I don't know how I got here?
You don't, but Cruz and Boorman do.
Look, why should it be me? Why not Cruz or Boorman? Or
I've
even you?
seen her in other things, too, but
There'd be
I
nothing
didn't
to be gained by
recognize
our
any of the
returning to
names at the
Farsight.
beginning.
It's different with you. You're from before the plague. You may be able to.
I may be able to prevent it. Is that what you mean?
Of course. You've got to take this chance. If you can get back to your people and prevent the plague, all this will never happen.
Let's go talk to Cruz and Borman. Yes, I agree. I have to get back to my time, to 1960.
Oh, we have a very good chance, Major, if we can reverse the phenomenon that brought you here.
What phenomenon did bring me here?
It is what we know as a relativity paradox. It's another dimension. A fifth dimension. That's what happens to all of us. We have slipped out of one time sphere and into another.
Captain Markova broke through in 1973 during her third flight. She was transporting supply from Central Europe to the Venus planet. The captain's men destroyed her ship.
It happened to Cruz and I years later. We had returned to Earth on an observation flight in 1994. Our ship crashed.
1994? But the speed I approached in the X-80 was nowhere near the speed of light.
That may be. But it was just enough to create certain mathematical conditions. Let me show you. Here, these symbols represent the Earth, the Sun, and your ship. Now, consider these known facts. The Earth is rotating at 1,000 miles per hour, but it is also revolving in orbit around the Sun at 66,000 miles per hour. Time, as we know it, is relative to these movements. But the entire solar system, together with other systems of our galaxy, are moving through space at over 6 million miles per hour.
Theoretically, you had a velocity approaching the speed of light before you ever left the ground.
Yes, but everything is moving at that speed together as one unit. The air, the Earth, according to the law of gravity.
Time is not affected by the laws of gravity. This is what happened to you. At some point during your high-speed flight, you approached escape velocity, 25,000 miles per hour. It was at this time that you altered your flight angle.
If you hadn't, probably you would have gone on into orbit.
It was this angle, at a specific altitude and velocity, that broke the time barrier. For a fraction of a second, you were suspended in space, no longer interlocked with the time spheres of the Sun and the Earth. Now, during this split second, our galaxy moved onward in time for what amounted to 65 years. An instant later, you had rejoined our solar system, and the rest you know.
Yes. Then if I repeat the altitude, angle of flight, and speed in directly the opposite direction, I should go back into time 65 years.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. Dr. Borman is working on the formula. The three factors must be exact.
And we must locate an escape from the Citadel so I can find my ship.
Right. We must obtain an early map of the Citadel with the tunnel work. Your airbase surely must be included.
They began construction as early as 1972.
The maps are on file at the Supreme's chamber. There's only one way to get them, Major.
You mean to Rainey?
That's the only way.
No, I won't turn her against her own people.
You have to do it.
It's up to you, Major. You haven't much time to decide.
What would I do without you? You and your people can live on the surface of the Earth without fear of any cosmic plague. They're waiting. I made this tracing from the original map. Then Terrainer returned it to the archives. Here, let me show you. Now, here's the Citadel. I remember a wooded area. And the hill, the solar antenna was atop the hill. They must have hit me with that paralyzing ray about here.
Is the bad guy gonna stop him?
No, it is not the equipment, Master. It's another one of their devices to prevent us from watching them. They're planning an escape, and I know it. I'll put a stop to this scheme. Just say the word.
They will only try again. Trirene is helping them. I fear our future is done, Captain. We have returned to the cave where men first lived on Earth. We have returned to our birthplace to die.
Through Allison and Trirene, there's hope, Master.
Perhaps it is too great a hope. There may be some truth in what they say. Some chance that these young men can return to a time before the plague.
No, it's a trick. We must not let the Major escape. Do not forget, Master, our observers sighted mutant scouts again yesterday. This is a time for great caution.
I will speak to him. Perhaps I can persuade him to accept our way.
Yes, my Supreme. Let me bring him to you.
I don't trust the guy with the beard. Now they're going to take him.
What's the meaning of this?
Don't ask me questions. The Supreme and I trusted you. We're aware of your scheme.
I could explain to you forever. You'd never understand.
I warned you to stay away from those three. Now you'll answer to the Supreme.
Then you don't believe it's possible for me to return to my own time. Cruz and Boorman think the plague can be prevented if I can go back and inform my people.
I truly wish I could believe your reasoning. But they are using you for their own purpose. They'll bring others. They'll destroy our citadel.
But you don't understand. I'm from a time before any of this has ever happened. I must go back.
Such things do not exist. Cruz has created these illusions in your mind.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, it's 1960. You people can believe it's 2024 or any time you please. None of this is real. It's all an illusion to me.
No, my son. You're wrong. Here, touch my hand. Is that not real flesh? And these walls, are they not solid stone? And Trirene, you have touched her. Can you say she's not real? Yes, they are all very real things.
But you can't prove that what you say is true.
The only proof I can offer is the fact that here we are in this room. Can you prove that you are somewhere else?
Supreme, Trirene believes in what I'm trying to do. You have faith in her judgment, haven't you?
Yes, but Trirene has fallen in love. Please, I ask you, give up this futile scheme. Remain here. You will inherit our domain.
I'm sorry. I value my freedom more than this.
There's so many people in this that I don't trust. I don't really trust her. I don't trust Beard Guy either, of course. And I'm not so sure about the guy he was just talking to, if you can trust him. Oh, she stabbed him. She gonna let all the prisoners out?
Hear me, fellow prisoners, you're free. The citadel is yours. Hear me, mutants. Come out of your pit of death, our time of vengeance has come. Follow me, soldiers of revenge. I'll lead you to the captain, to food, to freedom.
Well, here we go. We're gonna have a uprising, apparently.
So you will attempt this escape even though we'll try and stop you?
Yes. I'll try to escape even though the captain offers all resistance.
You will never leave the citadel alive.
That's a chance I'll have to take.
Yeah, if I were him, I would just be booking it back to my airplane. If I could even find it, I have no idea. If you could find it again.
I didn't think for 1 minute the Supreme would change your mind. Now you're my responsibility, and I'm going to take charge. You're going back to the pit.
Oh, but things have changed there. Oh, and here they are.
Tear them to pieces. You're out of your mind. You set them free.
It's part of the plan. Get to your room for your flying suit. Move.
Now what is she going to do with him? I just don't know if she's on his side or
Where are
not.
Cruz and Gorman?
Meeting them at the elevator.
Well, it appears maybe
Better go in and
she
get the
is.
race.
We don't need her anymore. Citadel's in chaos. The guards won't bother with us.
You don't think I'd leave her here to face this, do you? I'm taking her with me.
You can't, Allison. You can't take her back with you.
I'll try.
Don't you understand? You can't take her back through the time barrier with you. Your world is before she was born.
I'll try anyway.
No. From now on, it's you and me. I'm going back through the time barrier with you. Going back to Mike. 1973.
The formula. You're double-crossing Cruz and Gorman.
Not for long.
Oh.
Leave her, Major. There's no time. Come on.
Boy, every time I do a movie reaction, I just find myself getting very tired and sleepy. I want to, nod off here. Is he going to be able to take her back, and would she survive it if going all the way back to 1964?
You're in luck. The guards are being withdrawn.
Oh, Biff.
You see, he would have killed us all. Like Markova, he wanted to take your plane, Allison.
I think you're lying, Gorman. I think you're the one that wanted to make that flight.
That will be all, Major Ellison.
Supreme was right about you and Cruz.
Because we wanted to return to 1994? Yes.
But you said I could prevent the cosmic plague if I could go back.
You could, but you people won't believe you.
This is mass murder. You're letting these people die.
I will never break through the barrier in 2024 again. I will never know anything about it. Get out of your flight suit, Ellison.
You'll have to take it off me.
Oh no! He's been shot. Whatever the weapon is. Or a big battle of fisticuffs going on.
Jermaine. I'm sorry. We're going back to my world. We're free now. I understand. I'll take you to your grandfather.
Now the shadow of death darkens the halls of our citadel. Our bright ray of hope is gone. It is the end of us.
No. No, it's not the end. As long as we believe, there is always hope. I'll return to my time and my people. We will prevent the plague. You'll not live in a world of darkness.
I pray that this you believe in is not a dream.
No, it isn't. I promise you.
Well, how can he prevent the plague, and how can they not go through it? They've already went through it. I don't know. Is she dead? I don't even know.
I believe in you.
He's giving him a ring.
I lead you safely to the surface.
Interesting door.
I believe.
Go back and find your airplane now. Oh wow, and he did, and he's taken off, supposedly. And he's gonna go back up to the outer space area, but like before, and go back through the time barrier, I would assume. So the plane had split in two, right about here. Yeah. There they rejoin. Yeah, that is the same tower now.
No? X80. Come in, X80.
Looks like he's back.
Hello, Sam. This is X80. I'm in serious trouble. Coming in for a landing. Are you reading me?
Alert all crash detail to stand by.
But how is he going to prevent the plague by just landing back where he came from? There's something there that I might have missed. I have no idea what's going to happen.
What room is he in, Sergeant?
Operating room
If
2.
he's going to remember, if he's going to be willing to talk about it if he does.
How is he? I haven't.
Oh my goodness.
What's happened to him, Doctor? What could have caused this?
I don't know. I have no explanation.
Not one word of this to anybody. Keep me informed, Doctor. I'll be in my office.
All right, Colonel.
He's old now.
Call the duty officer, Sergeant. I want a guard posted outside this door. This is now a restricted area.
Yes, sir.
The Pentagon.
This is the office of the Chief of Staff. Connect me with Secretary Lloyd Patterson's office. Urgent.
Wow, it's an old, I believe, 56. Chevy Nomad. I don't know if the 56 said Nomad, or if it's just a wagon.
Shirley was dead. The Supreme gave me her ring. He showed me the way out of the Citadel. I got to my plane. That's all I remember.
30 minutes later, Allison brought the ship in for an emergency landing. Now, the odd thing about it is this. Right after he reported in at position 6,
Major Allison is feeling much better.
Good. Mr. Secretary, General, as you know, Bill Allison is our leading research pilot here at the test center. We've always considered him fully competent and rational. Dr. Richmond and I have been with him for the past 8 hours. Dr. Richmond and I are convinced that he is as mentally sound right now as any normal, well-balanced person can be. I suggest we go in. Mr. Secretary, General.
Oop. Lost my coffee cup lid. Well, it's almost gone anyway. Wow.
Mr. Secretary?
Thank you.
Is he supposed to be 64 years old now?
How about it, kid? Feel like talking?
Or older than 64?
Now, if you feel
Or
like
suddenly
talking more,
advance
just say so.
64 more years, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
That would make him probably around 90, I guess.
Any questions, gentlemen? Mr. Patterson?
No, I don't.
There's my lid.
The plague. The cosmic plague. None of us should go through it. We've got to prevent it.
Prevent what, son?
The cosmic plague. Marty, we've got to stop it.
Mr. Secretary, from intelligence. We've run a check on Professor Borman and Carl Cruz. Cruz is enrolled in a West German university. He's a leading student in astronautics. And Borman, another student of physics and mathematics in Amsterdam. He's written papers on new propulsion systems that have astounded the scientific world.
Colonel Martin? This is Terena's ring. The Supreme gave me.
Huh. They would have taken that off of him in surgery because of voice. Taken off my
Gentlemen,
ring in surgery.
We've got a lot to think about.
Okay, that ended very, very abruptly. And I don't know what the ending meant, but it doesn't look like he prevented the plague from happening. It's a little confusing, the movie was, but I liked it. I thought it was good. I would watch it again. So, yeah, that was pretty good, Beyond the Time Barrier. So I'm going to assume that it was 1960 that this was made, and if not, I'll post it down in the comments, or down in the description, so you know for sure. So, yeah, pretty good movie all in all. There's quite a few more of these sci-fi flying saucer movies that I want to share. I haven't had a chance to try to find any more of the made-for-TV movies. I think that's probably going to be about it on those for the time being, but that's always something I can do down the future. But right now, I want to stay on the sci-fi flying saucer trail. So that's going to be it for now. Hope you enjoyed this movie. Comment down below, and please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one coming up very, very soon. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.